All right, so good morning, everybody, and thank you for hopping on for this third Thursday meeting. I don't know why the third Thursday always surprises everybody, but I do try to be consistent, and there's always a third Thursday. But that being said, I do believe the third Thursday of November is Thanksgiving Day. Or is it not? Is Thanksgiving the 18th or the 25th?
Probably the 25th, I'm thinking.
Okay, then
It's
we're
never
good.
that early.
Okay, so then we're good for November and December. Okay. So
Yeah.
our agenda for today, we're gonna talk about forms changes briefly, just to see if anybody has any questions as you've now been using the new forms. We're gonna talk about the Oregon form changes coming up. We're going to look at our stats. We're going to talk about tools really briefly. And then we have a guest here in the office with me. And that is Sue Malo with REV Local. And she is going to go through a little presentation with us to show us what her company does, which is get you at the top of the Google search. So she's got an SEO, she works with an SEO. If I say an SEO firm, that's fine. Yeah, a marketing firm, but they specialize in SEO. So she will share some of her wisdom with us. And Angela, let's start the meeting with your big announcement. So,
okay, drum roll, people. I was at the Dollar Tree this morning and they have helium. Anybody who needs balloons, get them now. Like after the meeting. After your luncheon, go get them. And just, for those of you who don't know, I'm extremely frugal. Do not throw away your helium balloons. You can take a hard straw, shove it up in there, and puff some more air in there to keep it going. So you can use them over and over again.
That 100% works.
It does. And so if anybody doesn't know how to do it,
you just use a straw.
Well, it has to be usually a thermal one, but I can bring in the balloon and show you how to do it, save you some money. You're welcome.
Thank you, Angela, because we needed to know. Because Dollar Tree has been out of helium for a year. So
Crazy.
get those open house balloons going. In fact, I don't want to put you on the spot, Maggie, but I did have a note to self. Ask Maggie if she's doing an open house this weekend.
I tried, I looked with our brokerage, I messaged friends and other brokerages that had newer listings, and I put a shout out to House and One. Oh, sorry about that.
And I checked our brokerage, I checked other brokerages, and I put a shout out on Haves and Ones, but I didn't get anything. So next weekend, if anybody has any newer listings or even a listing that has any updates, like a price reduction or anything of that sort, please holler at your girl. I would love to do an open house every weekend. Thank you.
Maggie, check with Carrie Rylander.
Carrie Rylander? Okay.
K-R-Y.
Coming
Okay.
on or just came on. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I definitely will. Awesome.
Okay, so not to put Maggie on the spot, but I was her accountability partner for this. And I saw you asking in the haves and wants, and I wasn't sure if you had gotten anything yet. All right, I am going to share my screen. No, this is Carrie that was in Ridgefield. So are you seeing my RMLS screen?
Yes.
Okay, so we are still in my favorite place to be, which is the top 30 firms in Clark County by sales volume. Yay for us. We're number 28. We're right there. Top 30 gets to be on the graph. So if you're 31, you're not on the graph, and that bothers me so much. So thank you for keeping us up there. And as I always preface it, 28 doesn't sound that great, like number 28, big whoop. But when it's number 28 out of dramatic scroll,
That's a lot.
out of 341, that is in the top 8% of Clark County. So.
Awesome.
Thank you
That's
for keeping us
fantastic.
there. It's my joy is for us to be in that top 30. It is my barometer of success. Actually, let's talk about that for a minute, because that was one of the openers I was going to do was gratitude and success. And I forgot because I was so overwhelmed with the excitement for the helium being back in stock. Let's just quickly, I'm going to stop my share. Okay. And I know that you're in a different order on my screen than what you see. So I'm just going to go in the order of my screen and have each person in a brief, no longer than 10 seconds, 2 sentences max. How do you define success for you? We all do this goal setting and we're working towards achieving our goals. How do you know when you got there? It might be a number of houses sold. It might be a dollar amount, or it might be something else. And I'm challenging you to maybe think about something else. This is an exercise that I did with my coach last week, and I really liked it. And so I wanted to share it. So we'll just go really briefly. So I am defining my measure of success is that I have enough money that every time somebody pulls up with my kid is selling popcorn, my kid is doing the jogathon, I'm walking for Relay for Life, I can say, yeah, let me throw $100 at it. And it's not that I have to think about it or worry about the budget. Like I have it. Like I have that much give back money on top of what I already do with the organizations that I support to just support my friends and family who are out there doing those kinds of things. So that's my new yardstick for my measure of success is when I can throw those hundreds out without having to make sure it's okay. I know that I'm golden. Okay, we're going to go across the list in the order. So Lucy, how would you measure success?
I would say housing issues in the community that reflect on my buyers and sellers. That was short. I can't hear you anymore. You muted.
Okay, I had my volume down when you were
Oh.
talking, so can you say it one more time?
I said the housing issues in the community, and that's kind of a broad spectrum between investors and the general housing issues that are around.
So being able to contribute and work. with-
Oh, absolutely. To be able to contribute, support, learn more about, contact people. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, Debbie, how do you measure success for you?
I'm into relationships versus transactions. And so I would say if I can find my buyers a home that they love, they get a great review. And, you know, like in the last one, they've invited me over for barbecues. So, you know, I've developed that kind of relationship with them. So that's how I define success.
I love that. Okay, Maggie, I'm gonna turn off my volume so you can unmute and do yours.
Oh gosh, that's really hard. I think,
You have to unmute.
oh, sorry.
Okay. You don't want the echo, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's probably my measurement of success is going to keep changing. And I like having little things, actual numbers to measure, like, you know, I get up at this time of day, everything changes, but right now, like an overall success, I would say not having to worry about where my next transaction is coming from and being busy without having to drum up business. That would be great.
That's so good. Yeah. I think that's on all of our radar. Okay, Angela, what is yours?
I get tickled pink. I got a phone call on the way to the Dollar Tree where I discovered they have helium with balloons, if I haven't mentioned already. A borrower had called me and was needing my business again. And so that nothing makes my day brighter than when someone calls me from my past and wants, you know, hey, Angela, we did such a good job. Let's do it again.
Oh, repeat business is the freaking golden ticket, man. So good. All right, Mark, you're up.
I would say for me, and I mean, we're all real people here. One measure of success for me would be when I don't start or when I stop getting calls from bill collectors. That would be a good one. And also when I can finish building and use my overlanding rig. So Yeah.
Nice. I relate really hard to that one because I had several years in my life where I got a horrible feeling in my stomach every time my phone rang. And this was before caller ID. And when we were all more in the habit of having to answer our phone every time it rang, because I owed money that I wasn't doing a good job of paying back. And
And it was
that-
attached to the wall.
it's traumatizing and it's paralyzing. So,
No, it absolutely is. But yeah, I mean, that's, I don't want to give you fake news here. That's me. I just need to, be
Yeah.
financially stable and, make sure that, I think another measure of success for me would be to make sure that I see everything in the emails that I get, like when I first started being a realtor.
and there's a lot. Yeah.
You
it
know.
can be a little overwhelming. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot. All right, Betsy, I'm gonna volume down so you can volume up. And unmute. There you go.
Make sure my volume is up. Can you hear me
Yes.
on there? Okay. I would say my way I'm measuring my success right now is the feeling that even though after
You're
this
gonna take-
month and my current
Talk
closing,
about
I
Oregon
don't
stuff later.
have
So I'll
an
only do
active
first half now.
transaction for November, I do have people in my pipeline. And even though it's a scary
I'll
feeling,
vacuum and
I still feel confident that I'm
move
not
stuff
going
around.
backwards. That's
The
the big
plotter
thing for
stuff,
me is
or you already
feeling
did?
that, yes, I have the momentum to continue to move forward, to continue to support the people on my team, to not be in panic mode, that I know.
I'm
it's
getting a
going
lot of
Yeah.
noise somewhere.
Yeah, that's it. That's an important feeling. Okay, Katie, are you with us?
Hi, yes, I am.
Hello. Okay, how are
Okay.
you currently defining success? How will you know when you've made it?
To me, it's, having enough family time and also having time for my clients and having systems in place where, for the next step, I already have everything ready. So just having a good rhythm in family life.
Yeah, and you've still got little ones. That's a whole different
Yes.
ball game than those of us that don't have little ones at home.
They keep me busy.
Annie, if you're on, how are you defining success right now?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yes.
can.
Okay, good. I define my success by what I give back, especially to my family. I have a large family, and the times we live in, it's more difficult for them. They're in their 30s, 20s and 30s, so they may need a little bit of help here and there. And my friends need some help. So I want to be able to just give them whatever they need to help them out, to help them move forward in whatever venture they want to do in their life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's important to recognize that you can't pour from an empty cup.
yeah,
So you've got to be doing it on your end before you've got anything to be able to give to them.
exactly. So
Okay,
that's,
thank you for
yeah.
sharing. Okay, Roxandra, if you're on with us, unmute and tell us how you're defining success for yourself right now. And when I always,
Good morning and
hello.
hello. I don't know if this will work.
Yep, we can hear you. Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay. So like Mark, in the beginning, I had bills, and so I want to say that was my majority of what I did it for in the beginning. But now, however, I'm almost caught up with all of my bills, and so I now want to say it's more about the relationships that I have. Halloween I'll be spending with one of my clients that I had. So yeah, it was really hard though in the beginning to juggle the bills and
Mhm.
affording to do real estate. So
Yeah, the struggle is real. It's no joke.
it definitely was, but it just took time. So it just took time and just keep going, and it'll work. But now it's more about the relationship. I really enjoy it. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. All right, Cameron, if you're actively on.
Yeah.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. So mine, it's being like one of the last people. It's like I knew what I was going to say, but everyone's kind of already said it. But I definitely, we're at this point right now, like I know it'll change, but right now it's pretty like a small goal for success is just like being able to be financially secure on my own. And, eventually I'd like to be able to give back more and stuff. So just trying to maintain the clients that are in the pipeline and just trying to be like, keep on a very healthy schedule and just,
And
maintain that.
I know you've been working really hard on establishing those routines and systems, and it's hard and it takes time, but it is definitely going to pay off because you are putting in the work.
Yeah, the track program has helped me with that, especially.
Awesome. All right, Janet, if you are, when I say if you're actively on, because sometimes you'll jump in and then you're actually taking a phone call when I call your name. So if you don't respond, I'll know that you're doing something else. But Janet, if you're on, there you go. All right, what's your definition of success at the moment?
So a healthy family and work life, a healthy balance, but then financially secure where I can pay all my bills with no question, but still be able to spend money to travel, or if something comes up, I'm not questioning whether or not I can take care of it.
Ooh, or maybe save up enough to build yourself a brand new house with that. Yes, Janet just closed her new construction.
That's because Shannon's such a good mentor. That's what that is.
So have you moved in?
Yes, I moved in last Saturday. So I'm digging myself out. So I'm feeling a little better now. I'm starting to get a little settled, trying to get back in the routine again. But yes, I'll have to have all you guys over because I love this place.
Princess Puppy Dog like her new yard?
Oh, she loves it. She loves it. So that turf is going in soon. So I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, we'll connect because I want him to come look at my place. All right, and our last one up is Erica. Erica, if you're available, do you want to unmute and tell us what your definition of success is for you right now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes,
I'm on my phone. I'm equal with Debbie. Like I think that success to me is finding my buyers the perfect home, and sellers to do a good job, and also making friends and having referrals is the greatest, especially when you have people that you've helped buy houses or sell and they refer you to your friends. So that goes a long way.
So good. I know.
That's success to me.
My favorite referral has been when it's generational. Like I helped a client and then he had me help his mom and dad. Or in reverse, when I've helped a family and then they've sent their kid to me 5 years later when they're ready to buy a house. So that makes you kind of, I don't know. It's a very good feeling. All right, let me pop back over. Okay, so we looked at stats. I was making notes while we were talking. Hey, Mark, you wanted to jump in?
Yeah, can I just say that in this, we have 341 places here in Clark County that, we could call home as realtors. And this place, it's refreshing to know that we have a designated broker who cares about her people, who wants to make sure that they have the resources. And, she's always invested in making sure that, she's building those resources if we don't have them already. But, when we could have gone anywhere, we came here, and it's nice to know that all these guys right here care about each other. And I think that's great.
I think that's great too. I love us.
Group hug.
I know. So I'm tearing up. Maggie's got goosebumps. So let's stop with that for now. Let's all acknowledge we are awesome. But yeah. So I made 2 notes while we were talking of things that I forgot that I wanted to talk about. I hate it when the phone rings because I don't know how to make it stop without answering it. So it won't ever go away until we deal with it.
You just take out the battery.
I know. So Betsy just went in another room to answer it. Okay. So the two notes that I had, I wanted to talk about Boomtown. As many of you know, we set up Boomtown leads for the office. I am always fully transparent. I came from a company that was really gamey about money, and I'm not like that. And you know what you pay me, and I like you to know what I spend it on as a brokerage. I will tell you that in the new year, we may be slightly raising our fees. It's a very slight raise because the financial advisors have told me that my model is not sustainable, because he says, because I don't pay myself a salary. And I said, but I'm okay with that. I want to build the business. And he's like, yeah, but you can't do that going into year 3 because you can't pay yourself a salary. We've got a problem. But here's my Boomtown sticky note. So I've spent $39,000 on Boomtown so far, and we haven't closed anything. So I have to reevaluate if that's the best use of resources. We do have 2 in escrow and 6 active clients. So if all 8 of those close, then we're good. I mean, that's showing that the system is producing. But we are going to just be tweaking it up a little bit. So if you're working on Boomtown, we'll talk later about how this affects what's happening with you. So I wanted to put that out there. Also, while we're talking about it, and Rhonda's not on the call, but Rhonda is leaving us. And so that makes me sad. Oh, here comes Carly. But it's also a good thing for her. Like, she's doing something else that's going to be a really good fit for her. So I'm never sad about somebody having a good prospect of something new, ever. So, but it makes me sad that, because I really like having her around. But so we're going to be changing up Boomtown a little bit, and she is still available to do coaching with the people that are on Boomtown that are benefiting from that. And some people have been, and some people haven't been. And so we'll be talking individually about that. But that was my Boomtown note. You know, while we're going through sticky notes, I'm just going to share another one that I hadn't planned on sharing, but this one is a note from my attorney. We have finally put the second to last nail in the coffin of the Realty One Group lawsuit. 18-month lawsuit. I won. We all knew that because I was gloaty about it. And then the judge on Tuesday did rule that they need to reimburse me $26,708.73 in legal fees, which is more than I was hoping for. So as I'm going through my sticky notes, I'll just share that. So it feels good to have that, even that much more behind us. Yes, Mark, it's my official licensing. I own that certification. It's on my business card behind my name. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but I'll show you. And then my last note is, it's in the Facebook group. Every year I do pies for my clients, and I know a lot of agents do it. I did not invent the pie. And so this is back from Brian Buffini days. I give everybody a pie for Thanksgiving because they get overwhelmed with people throwing garbage at them for Christmas. So you're getting ahead of the trend. So I do Thanksgiving pies. I have them locally made. Last year and this year, Erica got off the call, but Erica Levitt's daughter, Victoria, is a masterful baker, and she has a commercial kitchen.
They're so good.
Her pies are delicious, and she packages them in a gorgeous box. I mean, it's a very professional presentation, and we have it up in the Facebook group what her prices are. So I don't remember the date that we set for pie pickup, but we do it like open house style. So you order, here's my process. I send out an email to my clients that's kind of an order form. Then pick your pie. There's 3 pies. And pie pickup is going to be on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. It's open house style at our office from 3 to 7 p.m. Come have a glass of wine and a snack and grab your pie. So if you would like to participate in that by purchasing pies and having your client come here to pick them up, I would love that, because it's always a more fun energy when we have more people in and out, and it's like a real open house style, as opposed to me and my 30 pies waiting for people to dribble in. So if you want to do that, hop on the Facebook post and look at what the options are. And like I said on the post, I'll share with you how I do my email. I also will send a little card in the mail also for their pie, and then I'll do follow-up text. Hey, you didn't let me know what kind of pie you wanted. It's a great chance to just have FaceTime with your clients. Go ahead, Debbie.
So when you send out the order form and they pick one of the pies, we're charged at that time?
Yes, so when we tally up all the order forms, then you'll tell Victoria, I need 3 pumpkins, 2 pecans. She'll say that's $60 or whatever it's going to be. And you'll pay her probably when she delivers the pies. She doesn't even usually accept in advance.
So if they don't respond, then we don't get
No.
charged for.
No, I always grab a couple extras in case.
Yeah.
And, you know, I always grab a couple extras because my family will eat them. If somebody doesn't show up and say, oh, you didn't get my response. I thought I said I wanted a pie. You know what I mean? So I always grab a couple extras. But
Awesome.
it's a fun event. It's a fun way to do it. We've had sometimes agents will have, like for their clients, they also have made them a little something, a little centerpiece or something, like, because some of y'all are extra, I'm not gonna lie. I feel good about the pie, but I've been shown up by people who come in and decorate their pies with a flower turkey or something. So you're definitely able to do whatever you want to do with your clients. But if you want to kind of do it as a group so that we have that momentum of the people in and out and in and out, it's kind of fun. So Carly's here somewhere. What is the cutoff date for ordering pies? So you have till November 14th to get your order in. And yeah, pick up on the 22nd and we'll set the times and talk more about what we'll have. I usually have coffee, wine, non-alcoholic cider, and a little charcuterie plate out, and people just come in and mix and mingle. So
It's adult Lunchables. You pronounce charcuterie wrong.
I love adult Lunchables. So we'll have some charcuterie and it'll be fabulous. Okay, I am gonna share my screen and turn it over to Sue, and she'll tell you a little bit more about what she does, but it's all about, as Larry Hales calls it, it's all about getting the Google juice. Like, you got to do things to pop up higher and higher on the SEO. And that's what her company does, but she's also going to share with us, you know, some of the things we can do for ourselves. Right. And then if you need to learn more about, if this is something that you are like, okay, this is important, I don't know how to do it myself and I need to outsource it, then you're going to plan a one-on-one with Sue to get coffee and find out what needs to happen next. Okay. So I am sharing my screen. I am pointing the camera at Sue, and she'll flip through her slides. The easiest way to advance, use the arrows here. Yes. Okay. So first of all, did my screen share work? Does everybody have? Okay, good. Okay. Okay. Well,
I love that front porch.
Well, again, I'm Sue Malo. I'm a digital marketing consultant with REV Local. And Shanna, I want to thank you for the opportunity to share some information this morning with your team. Shanna and I go kind of far back in terms of networking and amongst our group of women entrepreneurs. And I'm on the leadership team for the Women Entrepreneurs Organization, and Shanna's been a part of that since, gosh, going way back 20 some years. So it's
well, not quite that far.
Yeah.
Far enough.
So I have 3 goals for this morning is to number 1, educate you and provide some DIY, some techniques that you can literally implement later today if you so choose. Number 2, I want to be able to educate you on important strategies and how to, if you do select a digital marketing agency, what are some tips and techniques to finding the right fit for where you're at in your career. So okay.
There we go. There we go. So your key to online success and helping more clients find your business is to select that great partner to help facilitate this. And when you're thinking about what does that partner look like, certainly you want to work with somebody that's going to take the time to learn about your business, and very importantly, make recommendations and present plans that are personalized to your goals and where you're at with regard to your tenure in the business. And certainly you would want that partner to complement your current marketing. Obviously, you're constantly approached and aware of many, many different forms of marketing. So what has been the best ROI for your business in terms of those valuable budgeting dollars that allocated towards marketing? Because we certainly know there are many, many different things you can do, everything from direct mail to flyers to grocery carts. Think about how you can evaluate that ROI, and is that a good bang for your buck? Consumer behavior, we certainly know constantly changes, major changes when it comes to how COVID has impacted how we act as a consumer. Everything's mobile. Attention spans are exceedingly short for that consumer. And it's complicated to keep on top of all of the digital marketing trends moving forward. So who's REV Local? Well, I don't do this out of my basement. REV Local is a nationwide full-service digital marketing agency, but consultants like myself, we live and we work in our communities, and we're focused on small business. Small business has been our mantra for, gosh, nearly 13 years now. So again, when you evaluate what's the best fit for you and your business, certainly you want to work with an organization that has expertise in this area. We're definitely an industry leader. We are a Google Premier partner, and that's a huge honor for us. That means we're in the top 3% of digital marketing agencies nationwide. So we're very proud of that. And we execute that for our for over 7,000 clients nationwide, with a significant number of real estate agents, real estate agencies. Transparency is so important. My industry tends to get a bad rap. Business owners have had difficulty with not getting what they're paying for and not really knowing what services that they've been sold. So making that a huge priority when you evaluate this opportunity, transparency. What do your services look like? What does that pricing look like? And what are the deliverables? So how can you effectively reach customers online? Well, the two overarching strategies are local search. That's Google, that's Bing, Yelp, Yahoo, Facebook. Most importantly, Google, as we know that 92% of consumers go straight to Google when they're looking for just about everything. So local search is showing up in that map section. When someone Googles you by name, not necessarily real estate agent near me, because goodness gracious, how many realtors are there in Vancouver?
2 million.
2 million, 2 million. That needs to be your name, such that when someone Googles you by name, they gotten your business card, they've been referred to you, you want that strong local search presence. Paid advertising is a different strategy altogether. I imagine many of you have been pitched to do those Google ads that guarantee you're at the top of the page. That is a strategy. Is it the right strategy for you at this point in your business? Maybe, maybe not. So again, these are two different strategies. Sometimes it's either or, sometimes it's together. Local search, we equate that to a crock pot. It's a foundational approach that's going to take some time and build. Paid advertising is like the microwave. It guarantees you're at the top of the page and you're getting those leads. So again, this is how we evaluate what is the best strategy for our clients moving forward. These are services that a good quality digital marketing agency will always make a la carte, because our approach is we want to help you fill gaps. We want to help you be able to fit this into your budget and your strategy. So the four basic services when it comes to digital marketing are local search, that's Google, review marketing to make sure that your online reputation and brand is solid and stays solid, paid ads, we'll touch on that in more detail, and then social media. So again, in our case, and again, you'd want to share to kind of vet this against other agencies you might be considering. I want these services to be a la carte for my clients and to grow together. So here's the DIY component of today. Raise your hand if you have a GBP, a Google Business Profile. Okay, when was the last time you looked at it or did anything with it? Okay. So there's a lot of detail here, but you can certainly see on the left-hand side of the screen, and I purposely didn't use real estate. I used a different industry altogether. You can see the major difference between the quantity and quality of information on the Google Business Profile for St. Matthew Catholic School as opposed to the right-hand side for St.
Janet has a question, or was she raising her
Oh.
hand to answer? Hey, Janet, did you have a question or were you raising your hand?
No, I was just raising my hand because I have a
Yes,
group Google
okay.
profile.
Okay.
Sorry.
Good job.
All right, so ask yourself these questions. How many photos do I have on my GBP? Hopefully, at minimum, you've got the correct primary category. Is your business information up to date? How many have used a Google post or even know what it is? Okay, good. That's great. A Google post or an update is as if you're posting on social media, but it's on Google. And it's about your opportunity to educate the consumer, to maybe share what you're doing in your community, tout your business, showcase your most recent closed listing, whatever, fulfilling that online presence to that prospective new client. Business description. You have 750 characters in that business description to describe you, how you interact with your clients, how you service your clients, how you conduct business. Use all 750 characters. And reviews, uber important to your industry, not only eliciting them on a consistent basis, but responding to those reviews, taking the time. This is a huge factor to your Google ranking, is not only obtaining reviews, but responding to them even when they're negative. In fact, most importantly, if they're a bit negative. So see the difference? It's not rocket science to set this up. Those of you that don't have one, by the way, it is free. So model yourself in a fashion where you know you're utilizing every attribute of your Google Business Profile to put that great first impression out there. So it all starts with local search. This is what we're talking about, improving that local search ranking over time, just so you get in front of more consumers and making sure your information is accurate and consistent. And what does that do? That creates trust with Google and validates your brand. One of the tools that we use that not all digital marketing agencies use, that's huge for us to help our clients show up better online, is we build a locally optimized microsite. This is much more than just a splash page. It's local SEO friendly, it's mobile friendly, and it's built around your brand and your goals. And ultimately creating calls to action, as you see here, and generating more leads. So this is, again, in our case, a very integral part of our strategy. Not necessarily every other digital marketing agency does this. We've been doing it for many, many years, and it's very effective. We've touched on reviews, matching your reputation. How are you eliciting these reviews? I'm going to share with you an automated way that we do this, because again, you've got to make it easy for that consumer to leave you a review. So this is what we call a check-in feature that we have incorporated into helping our clients with their review marketing, that literally you can bookmark on your phone. You concluded a meeting, you concluded a showing, and you ask that individual, would you give me some feedback on how things went? All you do is check them in with a name, email, and a phone number. Step 2 is what they're going to see on their end. That's going to prompt them to either review you on Google or review you on Facebook. Most cases with my clients, I eliminate the option for Facebook because the Google reviews are the most important. So as you see on step 3, that client or prospective client then has the ability right on their phone at their leisure to go in and give you a star rating and write that review, which then gets posted directly to your Google. So again, keeping it easy, keeping it automatically, working it into, integrating it into your workflow is a great key to making sure that you acquire those great reviews. Targeted ads, again, that microwave approach guarantees you're at the top of the page. Is a strategy, is it the right strategy for you? Those are the types of interactions I have with prospective clients about what's the best strategy for you. Social media, many real estate agents, real estate professionals, this is an area they feel they've got a good handle on. If that's you, that's great. But yet if it's not you, or if you're so busy that you can't make sure that you're posting at least a couple times a week, that's an area that we help our clients through. And then this is advertising on Facebook and Instagram as a strategy. So here's another type of paid ad that is not everyone's necessarily familiar with. So you've got the Google ads, search ads that are meeting demand when someone is searching for you or checking you out online. But then you've also got another type of paid ad called the brand expander that gets you in front of eyeballs every month. You're not dished up these ads, they just show up. So they show up on the entire Google display network. So we probably all experienced this. We went and we wanted to order a pair of shoes. We didn't consummate the transaction, and now we start seeing those shoes across all of our websites, right? Across YouTube or weather.com or ESPN.com. So they're kind of called stalker ads, but guess what? They brand your business and create that demand for you, your brand, and your service. So these are based on impressions, and a starting basis of impressions is 10,000. So with these ads and tier 1 of our strategy, you are guaranteed 10,000 eyeballs in 1 month at minimum, and it goes up from there. So this works very well in conjunction with some of our other strategies. Again, a component to think about, is this appropriate for where I'm at with my business? And then to kind of wrap up, everything I mentioned early on, ROI, looking at your traditional marketing methods, what's that looking like in terms of ROI? The beauty and effectiveness of online marketing is that it's all in the data. It's trackable and measurable for ROI. So you want to work with a company that is reporting and strategizing and looking at the data and understanding it and communicating with you every month, so that we can continue to improve over time. What I'd like for you to do, do we have like 2 more minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. Google, I'm going to have you Google, the name is Jessica Nguyen, and it's spelled Nguyen. Google Jessica Nguyen in San Diego. And you will see her Google business profile. Everybody find it? Okay.
Home Smart Realty.
Okay. Yeah, Jessica Nguyen, Home Smart Realty. So she's a client, not mine. She's a client of REV Local, and you can see that every attribute of her Google business profile is consistently being added to and optimized. Look at her about section. If you scroll over to the very far right in terms of the blue tabs, you can read a great description about Jessica Nguyen. She has a services tab. There's a services tab there indicating what she does and what she doesn't do. I spoke earlier about the post or the updates tab. Look at her, click on her updates tab, reflecting her transactions and such. And then goodness gracious, right? A gazillion photos. So what I would like for you to do now is click on the website, her website button. What you see here is her microsite, the microsite that we built for Jessica. Clean, clear, straightforward with calls to action. A great description, some awards she's won. Real estate agent in San Diego, full of keywords that Google values. How she helps her client. The ability for the searcher to contact her directly with a contact form or by phone number. Thoughts or comments there? So, again, I hope I shared some education. I hope I shared some DIY opportunities and hopefully you'll be able to kind of take a look at all your marketing in totality and measure some ROI. If you'd like to know more, or if you'd like for me to have a sit down and kind of analyze and get to know your business and see where there might be some gaps, I'd love to visit.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Sue.
Shannon. Thank you so
So
much.
screenshot her info that's up right now, and if you don't have it screenshot, you can always reach out to me and I'll share it.
Thank you.
So I hope that you found some value in that, because I did. That there's a lot of features in that Google business page that I don't have activated that I need to. All right, a couple of closing up notes and then we'll wrap up our meeting. Some of you are coming in at noon and some of you are going to live stream it from home, but today is the Council for the Homeless virtual luncheon. We are one of their sponsors, so they will, you know, they're going to be collecting money. So if you are feeling called to donate to the Council for the Homeless, they're going to have opportunities where, you know, click here if you want to donate $10,000 all the way down to $5. So you'll have an opportunity to give if you're feeling so called. If you're coming into the office to join us for that, we're just going to have it on live stream starting at noon. Bring your own lunch. At 1, we've got a little 45-minute workshop going on creating a social media content calendar. So if you're coming in for that, we'll see you for that. Tomorrow, if you're in the track program, we've got the Track Plus class or mastermind. And then next week on the 25th is the Tuesday coaching call with Jake. And the topic is the 80-20 rule. And I'm sort of obsessed with the 80-20 rule because you can apply it to literally anything in the universe. And Jake does a really good presentation on how that applies to your real estate business, because it works across the board. We're focusing on the wrong things, and it's how to prioritize that you're focusing on that 20% that's actually impactful to your business. So hop on for that if you have time on Tuesday. Does anybody have any questions for me? Or Sue is also here. Anything they want to ask or comment before we wrap it up? Anybody have any clients or listings that they need to throw out to the group as a have or a need that you're looking for something special?
When you put pictures on your Google business page, before you do that, before you upload them from your computer, make the actual picture, the name of the picture, a whole bunch of different words that are related to real estate. Yeah, and that it just, when people search for real estate, it just finds those little snippets of information in the picture name. So
Yep, good way to sneak in some keywords.
Yep. Very good.
All right. Oh yeah, I want Angela's gonna give us a quick update on the
Well, I also want to say how fabulous you look on video. Whatever you're doing, keep it up.
who?
You.
Oh,
Your skin looks flawless. Anyways, just so you guys know, rates are, once again, for mortgage rates are going up. Evergreen does have a program. If you guys have listings, you can lock your listing. We can't advertise what the listing is when you guys are locking your listings with Evergreen, because it will depend on what the qualifications are of the borrower, but we're locking for the day ahead of rates going up. Rates will be probably at 8% here pretty quick, just to have everybody give a big gulp. So that is something that is available for you guys have listings. Your borrowers can also get locked with our lock and look program. So any questions, just reach out.
and if you don't understand what she's talking about, because I didn't, just call Angela and get her to give you the 101 version, because the locking the rate on the house is a weird concept and it's new and it took me a minute to get it, but it's very cool. So it's something you should look at for your listings without a doubt. And the other thing that you can reach out to either Angela or I for is that, here's Evans. We're both taking a class right now with Freddie Mac. It is a brutally boring class, but it is very valuable information. It's just that it's coming from the government, so it's presented very slowly and ineffectively. Like we're literally watching cartoons of buyer and seller interactions. That's the government class that they have set up. So, but we will both be Freddie Mac Credit Smart counselors when that's over. And we have a slide that either one of us can share with you from a Freddie Mac presentation that is so awesome and powerful to share with your buyers about interest rates, because everybody's in a tizzy about the interest rates. And just putting it in perspective with the historical data on this graph that goes back to, I don't know how far, I think the 90s, and shows interest rates doing this, and then COVID and coming back. They're not here. They're not historically where they were. The falsehood was the COVID dip. So going back up to 8% is not an inflated interest rate. It's a back to normal interest rate. And having a graphic of that to show people, like Carly is sitting here, Carly's young. And some of you are also very young. Like interest rates weren't on your radar 10 years ago. You didn't know what they were. You didn't care what they were because it wasn't important to you. So for the last couple of years, they have been on your radar. And this, I'm talking about our buyers that are in their 30s. Now that they've been actively looking at interest rates, they are accustomed to seeing 2 and 3 and 4%. So they're like, holy crap, that is a jump. They need the historical perspective. And we have a slide that we're happy to share with you that you can print out and share with people. Angela?
Can I add one more thing to that, Shannon?
Yes.
I'm hearing more and more borrowers at this age range, the 27 to 35, who witnessed their parents maybe lose their home during the mortgage meltdown, and they think we're in the same time period, and it's not the same as what it was before. There's a lot of sale faith, you know, there's things that they've done in the lending industry, the appraisal industry, it's just not the same markets. The building situation's not the same. So if you guys have any questions on how today's market is different from the mortgage meltdown of 2008, 9, and 10, I'd be happy to educate.
Yeah, we have the data on that and we're happy to share it with you. And we have some scripts on that are just talking points when people come at you with that as one of their objections to why they can't buy a home. All right, it's 10:55 and I never go over an hour. So if anybody has anything else, we're going to wrap it up. Janet has her hand up because she's a boss who did her Google business page. All right. Chat with you guys later, reach out for any of these resources. And I would definitely say, just have a coffee with Debbie to find out with Debbie. I'm looking at Debbie's face and saying, Debbie, have a coffee with Sue to talk about your Google, because she's not going to try to hard sell you something you don't need, but there's a lot of information there that you're going to want to know. Thank you. All right. Adios, everybody. Bye. Stop recording.